Hello again, everyone. The Green Bay Packers continue getting ready for the Dallas Cowboys and their divisional playoff game on Sunday at Lambeau Field. Today is a non-practice day. On Friday, the Packers will resume workouts on Saturday, a lighter workout before playing the Cowboys on Sunday. They practiced the last 2 days. Aaron Rodgers didn't practice on Wednesday, but he did take part in workouts on Thursday. Rodgers on a limited basis, and he didn't do a whole heck of a lot. His teammates said he really didn't get outside the pocket and run around too much. It was pretty much in the pocket. He took about 50 to 60% of the reps in Thursday's workout. But again, it was a limited basis. Mike McCarthy says he looks fine and did just exactly what the Packers wanted him to do. But the fact of the matter is he has a strained left calf muscle. That's basically a slight tear by definition. It's painful, and it does not allow him to be nearly as agile as he is. So what does that do for Sunday's game? Well, Rodgers probably is going to have to hang around the pocket most of the time. The Packers are going to have to run the football well, and they're going to have to block well for Rodgers to give him time in the pocket to step up and throw without having to run the football. That's something that the Packers' offensive line has done very well. Again, pointed out earlier this week, the Packers have allowed just 9 sacks since their bye week. And Aaron Rodgers certainly is a big part of that with his ability to scramble and or throw the ball away, but they'll have to be extra protective of Rodgers. So there's a lot of factors in this game. The Packers, they need this game from a playoff standpoint. There's a lot of pressure on them to win at home. The Packers have dropped 3 playoff games since the Super Bowl. They're 1-3 since winning the Super Bowl. That victory came against a Joe Webb-led Vikings team, and 2 of the 3 losses have come at Lambeau Field. So the Packers have not protected their home turf very well in playoff competition recently, and they're well aware of that, even though they say that the young players that weren't a part of that, there's no reason for them to think back that they have to worry about the previous record, that they're just looking forward. But trust me, if you lose and you lose at home, and if you've been around the block a while, you remember that, and you use that as an incentive to help knock off the Cowboys on Sunday. Earlier in the week, game temperatures were supposed to be about 14 degrees for the high temperature, which was going to be pretty cold. Well, as we go, about a few days later since that original forecast, the temperature continues to climb. And now they're expecting high temps of around 19 or 20 degrees at kickoff on Sunday. So that can only be bad news for the Packers. The colder it gets, the bigger the advantage over the team from the south. The warmer it gets, the better off the Dallas Cowboys are going to be. A couple of keys to the game. One, we talked about Aaron Rodgers, the Packers' ability to keep him upright. I believe the Packers can win the football game with Rodgers. I mean, he proved he can throw the ball in the pocket on a bad wheel over the last 2 games, especially that victory over the Lions. And they got some hits on him, but he was able to stand in there and he completed balls at a very high level and high accuracy rate. So I think the Packers can win this football game if Rodgers stays 100% healthy, or in terms of his ability to stay on the field and not have to leave the football game. I think that's going to be crucial. You don't want to see Matt Flynn out there, even though Flynn is the guy that brought the Packers from behind in a win over the Cowboys last season. This is Aaron Rodgers' team. He needs to stay on the field for the Packers to have a chance to win this football game. Secondly, turnovers. That's obvious. The team that loses the turnover battle stands a pretty good chance of losing the football game. Thirdly is the Packers defense doesn't get a lot of play so far this week. And we've talked a lot about Aaron Rodgers in his injured calf, and that kind of takes a precedence in most of the conversations. We've talked a lot about Tony Romo and DeMarco Murray and so on and so forth. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about Murray, but this time it's against the Packers defense. Packers defense has made an about-face turnaround since the middle of the season. Since the bye week, they've done a wonderful job improving their numbers and basically becoming a much tougher defensive football team. They've been better overall. They've been better against the run. DeMarco Murray, leading rusher in the National Football League for the Dallas Cowboys. That's who the Packers have to stop. They can't let him have big plays, and they can't let the Cowboys control the line of scrimmage and control the clock. If DeMarco Murray runs the ball a lot on Sunday, it means the Cowboys are running it well, and it also means that they are keeping the ball out of the hands of Aaron Rodgers. So we talk about Rodgers, but DeMarco Murray is the equalizing force for the Dallas Cowboys. Again, if the Packers can't slow him down and try to keep this from being a Dallas running game up and down the field, then Green Bay could be in trouble. So I'll go out on a limb right now. This is not a homer prediction. 27-24 Green Bay, but that is under one assumption. That is if Aaron Rodgers stays on the field the entire football game. If he doesn't, then I like the Cowboys to win this game. The divisional playoffs, the winner heads to the NFC Championship game. And we'll have Packers and Cowboys reaction for you after the game.